where to put that. I don't know where to put that. Oh, I'm live. Okay. So confusing. Okay. Let me get over to YouTube so I can say things, see things, not say things, the way that you guys see them. Do 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 do. Come on. Okay, I'm just waiting for it to do that. It's taking its sweet time. Okay. Turn off the volume. Carla! How you doing tonight? On at 8:15 as promised. How was the worky work? Can't believe it's Wednesday this week already. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. It's a little bit crazy. I think we're going to leave it like that. You got to watch 15 minutes of Elsa's live today? Nice. I slept through it as usual. That's kind of my, not the best co-pilot, I guess. Not that I try to be a bad one, you know. The early morning thing is not my jam. Well, it's just like going to bed at early in the morning, you know. So I have been working on some of my old collage stuff that, you know, I have in boxes and piles all over the place. Then rewatch the rest later on. Oh, you're good. That's awesome. I know she does appreciate the rewatches. It's good for her. It's good for her channel growth. Plus, she has great content, you know? So, it's a win on both sides of that. So, I'm going to do this for a little bit because you can see I have a big pile off to the side. Right here. And this pile was twice as big. I've been sitting here watching some videos and just trimming away. It's really the only way to do it. I've been playing a little bit of games on my phone. In between, you know, let my hands rest. But I made lots of trash. I've culled more than a few images, stuff that I... Aw, thanks, Carla. I appreciate it. I do love it. It's more fun to get to spend the actual time with you, but I do love the rewatches, so thank you very much. I got a big set and a little set of those. Now, some of what I've cut out has been the torn edge stuff for personal journals. And some of it has been fussy cut. I've done quite a bit of fussy cutting over the last week or so. I'll show you the pile in a minute of what's finished, because I've been working on that for about off and on, not straight, you know. Otherwise, it would be way bigger and way more. But I am easily distracted. There's a paper clip in there. And check this out earlier. Look at all these little tiny images I got. Isn't that fun? Most of them are nature. They're out of a National Geographic. They had like this big. Those aren't. But all these ones in here. They're from National Geographic. They did this little mini thing showcasing lots of different shots. And so I cut them all up to use for smaller things because, you know, I don't really have, I favor larger images. Some because they're easier to use, but some because that's what I'm attracted to, you know. Here's another colored pencil thing. I saw that Rosemary ended early tonight. I thought she went till 8, so I had scheduled mine at 8:15, and then I didn't want to change it because I thought it might confuse people. So here we are. So we'll do this just a bit more, and then we'll get out a new magazine, and we'll start culling that. Let's see. I really only wanted the flowers out of here. It's going to be a nice small picture for sure. Tyler and Lily came over for a little bit today and picked up their Christmas presents. And then they tootled off into the afternoon. So we had a little Lily Bell in the house today. She's such a sweet kid. I think it's a little uneven, but I'm going to live with it. We'll put it up there with the tiny images. All right, I think we're just going to make this torn edges. How's Noodles and Coley and all the kitties there? Are they doing all right? It was snowing a little bit earlier today, and it is cold for here. Let's see. We're gonna, does that side? Nope, that's the normal side. So we're gonna cut the words off. And then you have two different types of pictures here out of one ad. I love this shot of the trees, you know, when they do an up shot. It's kind of cool. Nope, I was not rating today. She came in, and Tyler was talking to Pop Pop. And she's like, I have to go to the bathroom. She went straight to the bathroom. And then, you know, she's pretty young, so she didn't understand that she missed Christmas. I think she was expecting everybody to be here, like we waited Christmas on them. She's like, well, what activities did I miss? I'm like, oh. But she was, you know, into the presents and stuff, so I did not rate today, but that's okay. Dima got a big old hug, and Pop Pop got a hug. I think I can see that I'm not far enough up with the chopper. This is a fantasy image, so we're just going to square it up a little bit. I have a whole little fantasy section in my storage of the collage stuff. Could be either one, Carla. You can never tell with the cats. I love you, I murder you. Such a fine line with them. Stuff gets caught in that track because my blade is kind of dull. I'm gonna have to move that. That is in the way now. Okay. Let's move that over here. There we go. I like portals for some reason, so I often cut out images with portals in them. Oops, I didn't get the top part of this. The top is not even. We're not door dashing this week, so maybe next week. Then I'll get some new blades for my cutter. It is time. Yeah, I saw that she had ended an hour earlier than I expected, but I was like, I've already scheduled it. I wonder if that's, no, I guess it's even. Okay. And then I have kind of like a mini superhero villain section. I love villains more than superheroes, but something about, I like the Spider-Man ones. Although they've made the movies like 9,000. How many Spider-Man movies do you, how many iterations can you have? A lot, apparently. A very lot. Had some leftover meatloaf today for dinner. Well, it was my breakfast, really. It was the first thing I ate today. Probably gonna have a sandwich in a little bit and some marbled rye. Here's another Spider-Man one. We'll just trim that right up. Oops, didn't quite get there. Hey, Christine, how you doing? How's your night/day? Hope you had a good one. I have to be careful with the Gamer magazine images because they're thin. And they're on really cheap paper. Some of them almost feel like newsprint. All right. So let's grab a magazine and start. This is a local one that we picked up right before New Year's. We're going to start with that one. I think we'll go with, I'll try and cut some of this Happy New Year out. This is right before we stopped door dashing for the year. We stopped right at the night before Christmas Eve was our last night. Because Els had presents to wrap and food prep to do for the next day. And then we haven't gone out since because the end of the year is not really her jam. She usually stops going out at around. I'm going to go ahead and cut that right there. It's 23 degrees there. Yes, Christmas Eve. That was our last DoorDash night. Gonna see if I can find the temp on here. Give me just a second. I'm slow, so let's cut this while my phone is loading up. Do 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 do. figure I'll cut around some of the letters and stuff. But maybe I'll save that for after. You guys don't need to watch me totally fussy cut that. Add some sequins to your holiday. I think we'll cut that out for Christmas in July glue booking. I did not get in any Christmas glue booking this year, but I will do some for Christmas in July for my, you know, gotta do something. I'm gonna fold it in half and put it on the floor for recycle. So maybe we do want some of these. New bar. So we're gonna cut out some of these. Let's see, what do we like? And then we'll just cut the images off the. Okay, so let's move this aside for a second. And we're going to have to work from this side over here because that's the flat edge. Actually, let's cut these apart first. No, we're going to have to cut the top and then cut them apart. So we'll just cut from the middle here. And then we'll do from the middle. There we go. This is a bigger struggle than I thought. Okay, we'll make it work. We will make it work. Okay, let's see about that. Yeah, that's pretty straight. So let's cut all the words off there. And ta-da. 7. Hey, Roseanne, how you doing? Let me try and see on my phone. The temperature went away for some reason. I don't know why. Okay. Like it's not a thing on my front page anymore, so let me see. Oh, here it is. It's 42 here. But we got snow that didn't stick, but you know how people are in Vegas. Crazy, man. So let's we're gonna have to cut something because that's the flat edge. So let's start right there. So 42, not bad, but it feels very, I could see my breath. That's the weird thing. Like, I think in the whole time I've been here, I've only been able to see my breath twice. Okay, a little bit more over. There we go. Now we can start cutting it down some. Just to the picture part. But 42 sure no 7. Woof. That's mighty cold. In Vegas, we get to be such cold weenies, you know. We're not used to that at all. There we go. Very nice. Okay, now we got 3 more over here. And we got a flat edge here, so we'll try and cut a flat edge across the bottom of those 4 too. And then we'll work on making it all straight since they're slanted on the page. There we go. And you know I always take the meditation and yoga stuff. I am starting tomorrow taking up my guided breath meditation again. Oh, and I don't need that one. Team meeting. Boo. Blech. Nobody likes meetings. Okay. Just woke up from a 3-hour nap after watching the Grands all day. 31 in Ohio. That sounds about right. Yeah, I bet you needed a 3-hour nap after taking care of those Grands. They will run you ragged. Good thing they're precious, right? Okay. So we're going to take Make Your Season Bright. We'll try and cut that a little bit down with the... You can hear Elle's taping. She must have got some orders in her store. That is awesome. I hope it was a good nap and that you're not up too late. Okay, and then I'll trim that up the rest of the way. But I think I want to cut her out. So let's just cut around her. There we go. And I don't want the words. Yes. Give me just a second here. I'm not live on my own, but I'm going to mute for a second. I got to blow my nose. Driving me bananas. If I can get over to the other page. Okay, give me a second. You know how it doesn't like to do things. Okay, I'm back. It's a whopping. Okay, let me get back over here. So, yeah, I want to cut because I don't want the words. They have an outdoor bathroom here all year round. I call it ravioli. For a while, I called it Trivoli. I kept putting an R in there for no reason. And then I just gave up and started calling it ravioli. Can we go to ravioli so I can go potty? Nobody wants to hear me blow my nose. That sounds like a moose is loose in the house. I don't know what I'll use this for, but now I've cut around her hair too. Well, that wasn't exactly what I wanted to do. Oh well. Too late now. She'll be hairless. Maybe we'll give her somebody else's hair. Could be weird. Trim that a little. Well, I guess it's fine. I can trim it with small scissors later. This is what happens when I run my mouth and I fussy cut. So winter, you know, is finally arrived for, I think, almost everybody. Even our wimpy butts here in Vegas. All right, so let's put that in that pile. I just have a big, gigantic pile of things I've processed that now needs to be sorted. I think he'll be too big, so I don't want to. And all that animal print, woo-wee. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep that or not. It's weird. It's weirded me out. It's like Jeff Dunham knockoffs. We'll go ahead and keep it for a Christmas glue book page. One of my Christmas glue books has gigantic pages in it. I'm mostly getting rid of the guy in there. I might as, because he was, there were words. So that'll be cool in a Christmas glue book. Little ho 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 Elvis style. Okay. Oh, it's upside down. So that could go on our food tea maybe, if we wanted it to. Or we can get Tournament of Kings, 'Twas the Night. I don't know if I want a Christmas wizard. If I just want to go with this for the Foodatini. Let's just go with this for the Foodatini. For now, we'll just take that top part off there. And we'll put that whole thing over here for the Foodatini. Okay. Remix your new year. Ooh. Let's do that. Let's definitely get that. So let's trim this up. Disco ball. Do we want to take the disco ball too after we cut that off? Probably. Put that in the collage somewhere, right? Okay. So let's just real quick. Okay. Oh, there's my scissors. Foodatini, Carla says. I gotcha. We'll go ahead and cut around the edge of this disco ball. There we go. That'll be fun somewhere. And I think I'll probably use this Remix Your New Year in my personal journal. There we go. So I will put that in my, hold the phone, I got to move a couple things over. I've got a drawer for my personal journal now where I can just grab it instead of having to dig for it, which is nice. Okay, so the rest of that's going away. Now you want to watch Don't Mess with the Zohan? I'm sorry. Skip the strip. Bottomless strings. That's dangerous. I'm going to take the word weekend here. Let's do it. So you guys working on any crafting in the new year? Got anything you're going to be working on coming up? I'm excited to try and finish up the serial killer we're working on and start a new one that's kind of more assemblage oriented. I've had some really great ideas in my brain, but if I wait too long, they'll just flutter away to parts unknown, you know? 'Cause that's how I roll. Let's see. Happy Year of Hip Hop. Oof. New Year's Las Vegas, so I don't think I need any of that. Okay. I got 2 pages here. Let's see. I don't think you could pay me to go out on New Year's Eve to one of these parties. Just no thank you. And there's a little bit of Christmas there, but I don't think it's going to be enough usable. So we're going to skip that. We'll take the big 2024 here, though. This big 2024 right here. Could be used at the beginning of the year, the end of the year, just some point in the year. It's good to have, I think. Let's go from it this way. Okay, we'll put that off to the side. Do we want, no, I think I'm good. Adria, how you doing? I fussy cut a few things for the daily creative whoozy, what's it? Well, that's good. Oops, I missed the guy with the sunglasses, sorry. Okay. Uh-oh, we're hitting Foodatini stuff. All right. So let's start tearing out some Foodatini stuff. Yay, Foodatini. We'll use some of these next week. Okay. 1. Let's try and tear a circle around this plate of stuff. Let's go ahead and do our best to just do a rough tear, since I don't like any hard edges on the Foodatini, other than, you know, at the top and the bottom. There we go. Now we've got multiple stuff to choose from here. So I think we'll start by okay, hold the phone. Rough. Okay, that's gonna be trash. Okay, and then we're gonna come around over here. We'll let that part be rough, but we are going to cut this white bit down so that we can maybe use this at the top of in the rollatini. But have the rest of it be kind of Starting down here, we'll go around the second plate here. And then we'll work around it to fill in the gaps and stuff with other foodstuffs. All right, there we go. We got it. I got 41 here in Vegas. I think right now I have the best temperature of y'all. So that's some food stuff. Oh, we've got another plate over here. Hold on. Let's go ahead and... I don't really want this green bit, so we'll just tear close to the food. There we go. Okay, I think no. Maybe we want to keep this, the champagne topping for the footatini. So let's try and tear this down a little bit more right here. We're gonna tear here, and I'll leave the bottom on in case we want to use it at the bottom of a page. There we go. Something else for the footatini. That's definitely footatini-able, don't you think? Neat. There we go. Okay. Let's put that over with the food stuff. Steak cake. The beardy dude looks kind of like Rasputin. Oh, it's an Asian guy. Let's see. He's like, it was Mongolia, I think. I think if we cut the people off this. Dino Safari, huh? Let's cut this down some. We may wind up cutting the dinosaur out a little bit, but for now we'll just trim it down so it's convenient to store. There we go. Something a little fun and different. I sent 3P UPS packages to... Oh, wow. That's different. So let's see. Well, I think we definitely want the bird. And this one's water rushing in one of the washes. Rio Grande Boulevard in Henderson after afternoon storms on September 20th. Yeah, it can get pretty intense. So let's go ahead and cut the bird. This is a burrowing owl. You paddle on Lake Lanier? Nice. Is it hard or easy? I've always wondered if all right, we got a little bird. That's going to be from a personal journal. And this is getting in the way over here. Okay. It's easy once you get used to it. Okay. That is a very big picture. So we're going to have to cut it down some. But it could come in handy in some kind of collage. Cut a little bit of the carpet off here. Okay. Then I think we'll take this one too, yeah? Because that's actually how it looks. And then there's Anthony Hopkins right there. Must have been in Vegas or something, because these are Vegas photos. Okay. There's a piece of paper stuck in there and I can't get it out. There we go. Wow. That's a good deal. I don't do the math to see what it is in today's money. Probably worth a lot more now, especially on a lake. Okay. So we got that. Okay. And then Area 51 does escape rooms and stuff like that. But we're going to take the Nightmare Before Christmas stuff here. We're just going to trim the words off. So let's cut these apart. I do want to take the words off the top of that. So that should be fun to use later. That could definitely. And then I want to get New Year's Eve off here. But I think I'll just use the scissors. A mask rave. A masquerade. I will not be going to any raves ever. One, I'm too old. And two, oof, what a lot of people. We were watching something last night. I was sitting out there reading my book, and it came on stuff about Y2K on HBO, some kind of movie or documentary or something. And there we go. That could be fun too, right? So we got two nice pictures that we can use. You went to one when you lived in Vegas? I've never been to a rave. I was I was always an introvert. The Bad Elf pop-up Santa bar. Okay, so this one can go for Foodatini. Okay. There we go. That's going to go in our Foodatini file. Woo. And I think I have to keep the Bad Elf thing. I think I kept one out of last year's too. Could be fun in a Christmas glue book, you know. Maybe it's Santa approved. We don't know. It's in the Shady Grove Lounge. Okay. So that'll be for our Christmas glue book. They had a Grinch and Spirits pop up at the Skyway. It was sold, I bet. Grinch is very popular, I have to say. Winter swim bikini contest. Hell no. Hell to the no on that. Okay, I don't need anything off that. Okay, nope. Big game viewing party. Nope. The fight for rights. Oh, this was an article. I need to keep this one. This is why we brought it home. Because I wanted to read that article. Is that the end of the article? Okay, so I need to keep that to read. I always try and keep up on reproductive rights. This is the guy. I talked about him. He did like this he came out and he like made fun of himself and it was hysterical. Ryan Hamilton. I think he's really funny. Let's see. Kevin Nealon. Trying to see if there's anybody else that I think is really funny. Most of these people are fairly well known. I don't know if many people know him. He does have a special on Netflix, and I think he's hysterical. Thought I'd share that with you. Okay. Okay, down here we have the words astonishing, unpredictable, and mind-bending, so I'm going to keep those. And then I'm going to have to cut this down, but I think I have to keep some of that. A YouTube comedian? Cool. Cheap seats for comedy's not cheap like it used to be, guys. I watch most of my comedy now on Netflix and YouTube and stuff. Even just buying a special, you know, from like Amazon for one view, renting it is quite expensive. I think that could be fun. A retro modern burlesque show. I love to go to shows, but I got to tell you, Vegas is super, super expensive for shows. I can't afford anything here. And then you have to go, you know, down to the Strip for most of them. So, no. We won't get stuff off every page, but we've gotten quite a bit out of this one. No. Well, they kind of ruined that with words, didn't they? see. Ways to enter. Track your progress online. Okay. Oh, there's Yachtly Crew. They have a lot of tribute bands. The Titans of Soft Rock. Oh no, a bar called the Cabinet of Curiosities. I do think I kind of like that picture up there, though. Let's cut that down. You couldn't afford to go to your own show in Vegas. Oh, he's pretty funny. I like Mike Birbiglia. I haven't watched any of his in a while. All right. Right now, we'll keep that. Ignite the Experience by Walking the Sky. Oh, that's at the Grand Canyon. I don't think you could get me out there. I used to work at the Grand Canyon. I hiked it, but I don't think you could get me out on the glass. I do kind of like Ignite the Spirit, though. I need to cut this edge off because it's a little rolled and it's making it hard for me to get the paper flush with the edge. Okay, so we're going to cut a little bit off here. Not that much. Okay. Okay. A little bit more up. There we go. Let's go ahead and trim that off. And we need to cut some off this side. We don't need all that extra over there. There we go. Now we've got a nice phrase. There we go. Ta-da. Yeah, they put a glass catwalk up there. Yes, I did. I worked at the Grand Canyon. I worked for the resorts up there. The Park Service gives the concession to, doesn't give it, but sells the rights to the concession for, I think it's 20 or 30-year periods to different companies. When I worked there, it was owned by Fred Harvey, and now it's owned by Xanterra. But you can get a job up there. You just apply, and usually, I don't know how it is for like older people. They might get different kinds of job opportunities. I started working, the Grand Canyon was my first Park Service job, or not Park Service, but in a national park job. I was living in Oklahoma at the time in a really crappy apartment. I had basically run away from home. And I got a job there, and the only two jobs they were hiring for were housekeepers or dishwashers. I picked housekeeper, and then I worked in hospitality for probably 30 years. And then I made a transition to retail because I had a good opportunity, and I hated it, and I couldn't get back into hotels after that. So it was a little crazy making. Okay, we did that whole magazine. Let's see how long we've been on for. There wasn't that's new. That's in like the last 15 years or so, I think. Might be a little bit older than that. But I worked there for 2 years. I did a season in Kings Canyon, which is part of Sequoia National Park, because they're only open for this. Kings is all the way at the bottom of Sequoia National Park. I worked there for the summer season, which was like 3.5 months. And then I did a couple of years in Death Valley at the concessions there. And then I transferred to hotels in Las Vegas, and I worked there for a long time. And eventually I did transfer into retail for some human resources experience. And I learned that I don't just dislike retail, I loathe retail. I liked working in hotels, though. A lot of fun stories. All right, so we're right about an hour. We'll go for another few minutes. Let's see what we've got in here that's maybe quick to harvest. What is this? Here, how about Rails to Trails? I just got, you know what? I haven't even read this. I can't do it. I made a donation to them, and I got a calendar. It's about, they're basically trying to make old railroad tracks and other unused stuff into trails, basically to go across the country, you know. So it's a conservancy, and I haven't read the magazine yet. I probably should read at least the first issue before I start going bananas with the. But yeah, it's all about biking, hiking, and that kind of stuff, about connecting different locations using stuff that already exists but isn't in use. So I made it was a minimal donation, and I get 4 issues a year, so, or I think it's 4 issues. I don't have some time to do something that big. We'll be here for 9 years. Let me see what I got down here. Oh, how about this one? This Reader's Digest. This is from Owls. She thought I might like the I Survived, and sometimes there's good words and phrases in these. Occasionally there's fun pictures. So we're doing the I Survived for sure. But yeah, I loved working in national parks. If you're a retiree and you're on, like a fixed income, and you have an RV, you can work for the concessions inside the national park, and it's a way to supplement your income and have a job for the summer. Grand Canyon is year-round. Death Valley is year-round. Death Valley on the South Rim. North Rim only open in the summer. Death Valley's year-round. Everglades is year-round. There are a few that are year-round, and some are just seasonal. Not a bad job. It's not a bad job for somebody starting out, because you can try out a bunch of different things. And it's not a bad job if you're retired, because you can, limit your hours if you want to. You're living in a national park and getting paid. I thought we'd keep that too. At Grand Canyon West, yeah. They didn't have that when I was there, and I don't know if I could go out on it. I discovered that as I've gotten older, I always had a little claustrophobic, or not claustrophobic, well, yes, that. A little fear of heights, but as I've gotten older and my balance isn't so great, it's even worse. Oh, that's nice, Carla. I like that. I love biking. I want to get a bicycle again, but there's no place to store it here. Let's go with that. That's for the Foodatini, right? So let's just, and a lot of Reader's Digest is newsprint, so nice and thin. So we'll put that with the Foodatini stuff. Okay. High blood pressure, cold. Wow. I didn't know that cold medicine raised your blood pressure. Do we want flipping out? We should take flipping out. That could be fun. Making memories. Let's take that. I like the idea of making memories. Those are phrases that are good for like personal journals and stuff, keep that. I have a little pack I'm making. I've got some interesting Asian stuff. Do we want a little cheerleader thing? Well, there's a vintage image for you, huh? We'll add that to the pile and see if we like it. Something about miniatures and a dog. Teddy cat care. All right. Let me just tear out some of these pages and then it'll be easier. Hold the phone, please. This will go a lot faster if I just tear them out first. First, I got to cut some of this back edge off. Otherwise, we're going to wind up ripping pages. Loki the lab. I didn't know that. I never really thought about it. Guess I'll have to be more careful. I recently discovered my blood pressure is not all that great. So I'm going to have to make some dietary changes and lose some weight. I'm going to keep an eye on it for 3 months. Els has blood pressure cuff here at home, so I can keep an eye on it. But I got to make some changes. Okay. But I never even thought about cold medicine. I did look up all my supplements to make sure those wouldn't cause any problems. Hold on, we're getting a little carried away in here. Let me see if I can just cut, if there's enough done that I can just cut the edge off this now. I think I can. Okay. Reader's Digest has been around forever. Just making sure all the pages are separate. Okay. All right. We don't need that one. Chlorocidin HBP is formulated for hypertensive folks. Nice. Okay, so that could be nice. So let's put that in the okay. Okay, do we want to get some pictures of some normal people? That's kind of a good way to do it, right? Life advice from 1,000 strangers. Oh boy. Nothing there. Okay. Oh, that's about dementia. Kind of fun. We might use that in something. If we don't like it in 6 months, we chuck it out. My day of no plastic. It's hard. It's hard to find no plastic. It's in practically everything, isn't it? The best mistake ever made. Okay. We'll take those words. Little cartoon people. Oh, she's got a knife. The frenemy. The contrarian. How to get along with anyone. Oh, that might have been an article I needed to read, huh? Oh, car in the snow. Okay. Tiny little sneakers. We could take those. Poise pads. There are poise pads ads everywhere lately. Where the color comes from in your food. Scary. Well, that would be nice for a fall journal, yeah. There we go. Oh, we could put it together. Yeah, I'll do that, and then I'll cut the words off. Okay. That could be for the fooditini for sure. And definitely. Oh, rolled meat poutine. We were just talking about that. Beware RSV is a high. I read up on that a little bit. Maybe if you stop calling us little pigs, we'd let you in. Hi, Adria. Yeah. Storage is always a thing, isn't it? All right, that's 2 magazines for us, and I'm sure it's after, because it's 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. That makes it 12:30 on the East Coast. So we're going to call it a night, but we did get, and I said I would show you the pile that's done. Like it's all processed, and that needs to be. But here, so I showed you earlier the pile that I'm working on. This is what's done, and there's like a lot of fussy cuts. Like it's a huge ass pile. But this is about not 2 solid weeks, but 2 weeks of me kind of poking at it for an hour or so a day. Quite a lot of stuff going on in there. I don't know if I can get it up sideways here, so you can kind of. It's after this this red thing is all of the. And there's a lot of little bitty pieces in there, and I've been working on it. 11, 9, 25, 10, 25, 11. Oh, it's 11:25 for you. So I will be back on tomorrow because we are not door dashing this week. So I'll be on at 8:15 again tomorrow. I don't know what we're doing. We'll figure something out. Probably not magazine harvesting again, though. As much as I need to do it, how much can you really watch of that? Roseanne, it's late for you, girl. So I will see you guys tomorrow if you're available. I hope to see some of you in. If not, have a lovely, Thursday. We're over the hump. Woohoo! Heading into Thursday. However you guys are spending your days and nights, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. Each and every single one of you absolutely deserves it. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. You guys bring joy into my life. I hope I give a little bit back. Oof, until I see you in one of my lives or in a box somewhere, I wish you guys the happiest of crafting. Bye, 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 bye. Good night, Carla and Christine and Adria and Roseanne and Christine. The end. Bright blessings and hugs and hisses to you all.